title of David's speech this evening, number 10, is As a Man Thinketh. As a Man Thinketh. Toastmaster David. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster evening. Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Mind is the master power that molds and makes. A man is a mind, evermore he takes. The tool of thought, and shaping what he wills, brings forth 1,000 joys, 1,000 ills. He thinks in secret, and it comes to pass. The environment is but a looking glass. Those words by James Allen are in this little book, As a Man Thinketh. This book was given to me March 13th, 1974, and I have cherished it, and I've just really reread this book. It's a fascinating book, and I thought I would like to share it with our group. In this book, Mr. Allen talks about thought and how thoughts can make a man how he is today. And he compares it to planting of seed. Those of you who know me know I love gardening, and how a seed of thought can grow. You cultivate it, it can grow to be a beautiful flower or a beautiful plant. If you don't cultivate it, it may be pretty, it may just get taken over by weeds and die. We are basically masters of our thoughts and how we become. Therefore, all our acts, either spontaneous or premeditated, are driven by our thoughts. And our thoughts also are determined our circumstances, or our circumstances can determine our thoughts, whichever way you want to look at things. I prefer to look at, I can control my circumstances. A case in point, my last few jobs before I was with Loyola, I got laid off for financial reasons with both those companies. I could have thought, poor me, poor me, poor me, and delved down and not have done anything. Instead, I went out there and I got jobs, and here I am at Loyola, a wonderful company. Another good point is our friend Rob Commodari. And I've heard him speak many times, and I know how he does his business. As a realtor, he could sit back and wait for people to call him. And in good times, his business may be good, and bad times, his business may be bad. However, Rob thinks differently. He goes out there and he contacts his people he's done business with, prize clients. Hey, do you like the work I did? Please give me referrals. He contacts the people he knows. That's how he thinks, and that has taken over his circumstances rather than the circumstances taken over him or his thinking. Mr. Allen also talks about thought and health and the body, and how thinking positively can improve your health, thinking negatively can degrade your health. Many years ago, when I was 21 years old, I won't see how many years ago that was, but many years ago, I was in a very bad motorcycle accident. And according to a police report, it sounded like I was next to death. They said I was in a coma and everything. Fortunately, it was not that bad. I had a lot of broken bones, but I was in the hospital, and the doctors thought I'd been in the hospital for many months. 6 weeks after I was admitted to the hospital, I was getting out. Wow. I attribute that to the fact of my positive thinking. I remember when I was in the hospital bed, laying there and couldn't walk, I would have dreams of walking, just simply being able to walk. And once I was able to walk with crutches and had cast on my legs, victims of being able to run. And I believe that I was able to get out of the hospital faster because of my positive thinking. And there have been many circumstances where we've heard of positive thinking, faith healings. I don't believe in all faith healing, but I believe there are a lot of faith healings that have helped people. Now, I do not believe that somebody should ignore medicine for this, but I do believe a positive attitude, positive thinking will increase and help you get better. Another thing that Mr. Allen brings out is thought with purpose, or I like to think of it as an action plan. With my work at Loyola, one of my jobs I have is a facilitator of a Tuesday meeting. I've been facilitating this just over a couple of years now. When we first started it, the purpose of the meeting is to share information among several groups of people who do not get together a lot to share on how projects are going, what is needed, what needs to be done, etc. And for a year or so, it was going pretty good. Everybody came out of the meeting. We had good discussion, and everybody came out of it with warm, fuzzy feeling that, yes, we have this network problem, or we have this security problem, we're gonna get taken care of. We come back the next meeting, or the meeting after that, and there were times we were discussing the same things over and over again. Well, my boss had suggested, let's put a to-do list or action items on the minutes I produced. And since doing that, we no longer come out of the meeting saying, we're gonna do this. We come out of the meeting saying, Bruce is gonna do this before our next meeting, or this is on Bruce's to-do list. This is on Tom's to-do list. This is on Frank's to-do list. We have action plans to get these discussion going. And action is very good. All thoughts in the world are really good. You can have positive thoughts, think, yes, I am going to contact my clients. But until you act on it and do something with it, that thought is a thought. It's a nice thought, warm and fuzzy feeling thought, but without the action, it does not do much. So we need the action to get us going here. And the action and thoughts, they go into our visions and ideals. We must cherish our visions, cherish our ideals. I have a vision, myself a year from now, being 40 pounds lighter, being able to run 2 miles without a problem. Right now, I'd be lucky to run half a mile, and I'd be gasping, almost falling on the floor. This is something Seth brought up in one of his speeches a while ago, is imagine yourself a year from now. And now I do. I imagine myself. This is what I imagine myself a year from now. 40 pounds lighter and able to run a couple miles without a problem. And I have put together an action plan to accomplish this. The vision and ideals are so important in our lives, and we must cherish them. If you don't cherish them, they're not going to grow. You've got to cultivate them. Gardeners spend a lot of time in the gardening. Farmers to grow the produce, to grow the pretty flowers. There's a fellow right down the street from me, one of my neighbors, who has these gorgeous tulips in his yard and gorgeous flower beds. And he spent years and years cultivating that. This takes time to cultivate and grow, but keep our vision. Keep it right here in your forefront. Think about it. Act upon, make an action plan, and your vision will become real. This book was given to me by a very special person. She wrote in the front of this building, in front of this book. To David, I hope the ideas expressed in this tiny book may guide and direct your life and you may achieve your most cherished ambitions. My love, Granny. Gasping, almost falling